Hi. I'm
Zeitgeist zealots.
Of course you are.
You know what my favorite about turning into a television show about X is? Watching a show about Y. Fucking hate that. Is this a slippery slope of the Penguin losing his own television show?
They give you a taste in the beginning.
Yeah, you think it's the Penguin? Look, I've been baited and switched. Now, next episode, if it's all Penguin, I'm like, look, this is a great episode. I love that little side quest.
I think this is just Sofia's episode, like the last episode.
Last episode, we talked about this. How does he come out of this? How? Because we love watching the Penguin just talk his way out of all these messes. But we saw at the beginning of this episode, that motherfucker can't talk his way out of this.
Dude,
he threw Sofia under the bus instantly. Dude, there's no way.
There's no getting out of that one.
No.
He's fucked there.
He's gonna hire Bane.
Take a seat.
Well, my point is...
You're fired.
He's gonna hire Bane.
Welcome to Zeitgeist Zealots. I'm Major.
I'm Forrest.
I'm Robbie.
That.
Okay, yeah, we started.
Who said Bane?
Cool.
I like this idea. Who said Bane? Go back to that.
Hire Bane. I think we were all we predicted this last week. We knew they were going to make Sofia not the Hangman. She was going to be framed.
But so yeah, I mean, we knew for those who had watched the Batman, it was Carmine. Carmine was strangling everyone. Now what a piece of shit father to not only strangle those women, awful, strangle the mother of your child, awful, but then blame your daughter on that.
Yeah,
that's
3 Gläser.
Was jetzt passieren wird, Sturmbannführer.
So fucked up.
That's so shitty.
He's like, because remember he tried to strangle Selena in the Batman movie, and he was her father as well. So he just says,
I do like how it connects.
Daughters.
I do like how they're still on the strangling aspect. Like they are going back to the source material, aka the Batman from like 2 years ago.
Yeah, I'm wondering because everyone's asking like, is Robert Pattinson going to cameo in this? Is Robert Pattinson going to, is Batman going to show up? But
We'll
I think it'd be way better to have Selena in this, since now we know that they're half sisters, she and Sofia.
Right, that'd be
she has
interesting.
she has no other siblings left. Because Alberto's dead, unless I think there's another Falcone brother in the comics, but I think Alberto and
spoiler for the end of the episode, yeah. Holy shit, does she go wild and kill all the Falcones?
Except how did Johnny Vitti survive the gas?
She opened the window. She opened the window. If she saw us, she was like smoking a cigarette.
Remember when she was smoking the cigarette? She didn't close the window all the way.
Yeah, she showed the door open for the window.
That was his room.
He could have easily just shut it. It's like, I have a draft. It's cold. Dead in the morning.
Yes. Oh, he got lucky.
He didn't look like he had a screen. He didn't have a screen either.
What I'm hearing from this nitpicking I'm hearing already.
I think it's a pretty big pick. I think it's a legitimate pick.
That's not a nitpick. It's a big pick. At the time of this recording, IMDb gives this a 9.6 out of 10. Maybe one of the highest scores I've ever seen in my entire life. This was a good episode. It's not 9.6 out of 10.
It was not that great.
No, this is horseshit. I smell some going on here, if I may be so frank. Yeah, but you know who's not fucking around, and that's Sofia.
Carmine, because he's dead.
Carmine's not. He's dead.
8.8.
And now the overall show's 8.8.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah, I mean, I think we all. I was like disappointed that she's not the Hangman because she's the Hangman in the comics.
Right.
That's kind of like all she's known for. So I mean, for me as someone who's read.
But she's also in the comics. She's looks like fucking Bane. She's gigantic. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. What do you think about the psychiatrist, Dr. Ventress? Which apparently I looked it up. Apparently there is a character called Ventress in the Batman universe, and he's called Mirror Man.
Yeah, not to be confused with the Mirror Master. Not to be confused with the Mirror Master.
Everyone think Julian Rush might be Julian Day. I think I said this last episode, the Calendar Man, but
that could be fun. But I think he's probably just. Look, what if Rush becomes Hush next season?
Ooh, what if Rush just starts? prog rock band.
Dun 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 dun. I was gonna make the same. Yeah, dun 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 dun. A little YYZ.
And then he gets replaced by Dr. Kiss.
It's YYZ. They're from Canada, eh?
I can take a rip over to Tim's to grab a double and some Timbits. Tell you right now, there's some pretty not bad pricing on that shit, because it only set me back a couple loonies and a toonie. After that, skirted on over to the Lickbo. Figured a couple wobbly pops wouldn't get the job done, even if I grabbed a twofer of them, and everyone knows there's not enough juice inside of Mickey.
Oh, you corrected me. My bad. Apologies, and shout out to all my Canadians out there. Speaking of foreigners, let's talk about the Magpie. Do you guys know this little comic book villain?
I thought she was American.
Well, she's American, but magpies aren't native.
In the comics since 1986. So she's actually a comic book character, but not since 1986.
But my favorite part is
she had a background appearance in the Lego Batman movie, and that's the last time she's ever made an appearance.
She booby trapped museum artwork. That's her whole deal, is booby trapping museum artwork, which I think is God bless comics back in the day.
No. So she doesn't have any superpowers, but she's a supervillain who's attracted to shiny things. I think that's the whole thing. That's why she's attracted to all these treasures at the museum that she works at. Yeah, that's why she's a magpie, and her name's like Margaret Pie or something.
I know.
Clever.
Genius. Yes, genius.
Clever.
I think she started as a Superman villain, right? Strangely. And then they realized she's fucking useless against Superman. Let's make her a Batman villain.
When we were in Arkham, did we see the Joker? Was that a tall Joker in the background?
That was a gender.
Oh, I didn't see that.
Joker. That was a tomboy Joker.
That was a tomboy. Yeah.
That was the one
in the background.
Yeah.
That was the one she stabbed herself to death. Yeah.
Yep. That was her.
Maybe that's Joker's daughter, another comic character. Who knows?
Oh gosh.
Although she looked older than the actor
let's
playing the Joker
not do
in the
that.
last
Let's not do Joker's daughter yet. We need at least 10 years of.
I'm sure she was in Gotham because they literally had every villain before Batman became Batman in Gotham.
Gotham. That first season was good.
Opposite. All those
after that,
come up after he becomes Batman,
because the big appeal is that Batman creates his villains, right? Like these people.
And if they're all there before he's Batman, then
then he's not creating them. Like you fundamentally miss the fucking point of Batman. But you get a paycheck, so good job, Fox.
Well, yeah, exactly. Like these shows are worth millions and millions of dollars, and they get them greenlit. And Batman's just like an easy, money making machine. That's why they made that shitty Gotham Knights. They got greenlit, even though they had like no idea what that show was going to be about.
It was
just Batman related. It was just Batman related, and they greenlit it like that.
Which is wild that they canned the Batgirl. What were you saying, Robbie?
Oh, I see this post that's so true. It's like 5 years ago, if someone told me a show of the Penguin would be better than a movie of the Joker, I would have laughed at you.
Yeah, right.
I'm laughing myself.
Oh, guys, I have been slowly hearing the spoilers come through about the Joker, and it just
Joker 2.
Joker 2.
I'm not hearing a whole
Folia movie.
Apparently, it cost $200 million.
They literally
$200 million after it bombed.
Allegedly.
Trigger warning. They the Joker out of him.
Yes.
That is literally a scene in the movie.
Why?
Who wants
that? Who wants that? Who's asking for that? Who's calling for that? Why are you doing that?
They're just trying to.
And then
he's
not the Joker, because at the end,
so that's the point.
He fucking dies, and then some guy fucking glass cow mouths. He gives himself a glass cow smile. He cuts his fucking mouth open, and you're like, wait, is this Heath Ledger Joker? Are you fucking ruining this for everyone? Are you what are you doing, Todd Phillips? Look, I know you didn't want to make Joker 2. Is this a giant troll? Because you're like, I didn't want to make this, but you're paying me so much money that I'll make a bad version. What a fucking dumb idea. And I called this like a year ago. Like as soon as I heard Joker 2 was coming out, I said no.
And I will say this. The reason why I will not be watching this movie is the whole point of the first movie was building this loser up. Yeah. Like, he was a loser, and he had some mental problems, and you're building him up into this, like, cult-like, supervillain, and now you're deconstructing him. back to that loser.
Yeah, what are you, Rian Johnson?
Also, it was very loosely based off of The Killing Joke because he was like a struggling comedian in that comic, and then the talk show scene was right from Dark Knight Returns. So like they had some strong like source material to adapt in their own way, but I don't know what they used to adapt this latest movie, what like inspirations they used. So
Lady Gaga.
Crazy part,
and money.
Yeah. I hear all the reviews. All the reviews say Lady Gaga actually acted really well in this film.
I heard she's the best part.
Yeah, and they say that she did a great job, but she was given crap to deal with, you know. So it's frustrating when you have somebody like Lady Gaga acting the fuck out of her career, and it's a shit script.
Yeah.
Mama, I was so looking forward to this movie. So looking forward to it.
I know you were.
And I just,
big
I just knew. I knew from the get-go it was a cash grab. It was like a soulless cash grab because the last movie ended.
Yeah,
like it was a standalone story. That was like how it was presented and how it was like marketed.
Yeah,
and
it was
like,
just supposed to. You kind of fill in the blank of how he turned into the Joker.
Better than anyone could ever dreamed. That they just greenlit it. So it was just like it was.
Yeah, the Joker 2 was not needed.
Yo, you want
to talk about it needed, but I just thought like you could take the story in a very interesting, see the inside of Arkham.
No, they could have. This could have been good. This could. Matt's right.
It would have
Matt's right. This could have been good.
All they could have done was just more villain origins before Batman's Batman.
I'm sorry.
Same thing
if you said, hold on, no, Forrest, like Matt's got a point. This could have been good. If you said, hey, Major, write down 3 things that could ruin a Joker sequel, I would say a grape scene, him getting murdered, and a musical. And they said, all right, let's turn this into a musical where he gets raped and then we kill him at the end. Like, these are literally the 3 worst things that could happen to a man at all, to a person, being thrust into a musical. Even at one point in it, he like looks at Lady Gaga and he's like, I don't want to sing anymore. And she's like, sing, motherfucker, sing. Like he doesn't, like, this is bad. This was bad on purpose. Maybe he's trolling or maybe this is just Hollywood. I cannot tell you.
At least the little one-liner he did there is like, aren't you going to buy me a drink first? When they ripped his shirt off.
They literally, you see that?
No, I did. Somebody posted the scene on Twitter already that I watched. But
free speech.
I think it was Critical Drinker.
I will say this. That movie could have shown Arkham Asylum really well. Yes. However, The Penguin, the show we're currently watching, actually does a really good job to show you how fucked up this prison is. And it's sad that this show can do it so much better.
Whoa,
the $250 million movie.
You're getting high, man. They're giving you some shrooms over there. That sounds like a good old time. Like, no wonder why when it comes out of Arkham, this is crazy.
You get the candy.
If you're a good boy, you get the little Magpie. Else is making me trip.
Matt, the only way Joker 2 could have worked would have been a Joker versus Creeper movie. You know the Creeper?
But so like if you're going inside Arkham
who is
Asylum,
the Creeper?
The Creeper is basically Steve Ditko's version of the Joker. It's basically like The Mask with Jim Carrey. Basically that character, but in DC.
Oh.
He has like green hair and yellow skin. He's like the Joker meets the Mask. But he's like just as crazy as the Joker, but he's a good guy.
But
so that would have been a great movie.
Wasn't there a Batman game? I want to think it's called like Arkham Asylum on the Xbox 360, where you literally go into Arkham Asylum to try to the supervillains have taken over. It's been a long time since I played it, but you show the Joker making alliances and stabbing people in the back and subtly gaining power and shifting the supervillain world and influencing people like he influences people, like Harley Quinn, to support him, and how he builds his empire from behind the prison. That would have been good.
What if they turned this movie into Batman the White Knight, where Joker is the good guy? And I mean, they don't have a Batman to be the antagonist, right? But what if in
the Gray Ghost,
in this movie, he was thrust into a position where he could have changed the city. He could have turned that welfare system around, and they could have gotten the medication to all those people who needed it. That sounds like a terrible movie, but it doesn't sound fucking worse than the movie that they actually made. I don't think I'll ever watch this. I think the Critical Drinker said himself that watching this will probably stain your love for the first Joker movie, which I have none. I didn't think the first Joker movie was that fucking good. I thought it was kind of fucking stupid.
I think it was overrated, but it was a pleasant surprise. It was a lot better than I thought.
I wish it was a pleasant surprise, but it was overrated. Everyone was talking about how, like, oh gosh, this is going to create mass
slow,
pew-pews and blah blah blahs.
I thought the talk show scene with like Robert De Niro was like literally ripped straight from the comic.
It's just, it's just taxi.
But that was. Well, like
taxi driver.
Like, that was literally like an adaptation of that scene from the comic, and like I love that comic. So like to see it like faithfully like adapted. I mean, there were some differences, but I mean,
when they're really close, it's pretty nice.
Well, in the comic, like a killer doll comes in and snaps his neck, the talk show host. So it was a little bit more realistic for him to shoot him in the head.
Just shoot him in the head.
But he does, like, the sex therapist is there in the comic, and I think he kisses her, and like that happened in the movie. So I was like, yes, they read the comic. It was sort of like that scene in Dark Knight Rises where Bane picks up Batman and breaks his neck. I'm like, fuck yes.
Breaks his back.
Like, this is like, it's kind of like they say, like, it's got to be different from the comic, but like they like literally recreate comic panels like that in the movies. It
is fun. Yeah, no, when they recreate iconic comic book panels,
it's like a call out to all the people who actually read it.
No, I'm calling shenanigans because everybody hates Watchmen, and I love Watchmen.
See, now I was about to call out.
What? I was about to
be like, no.
I also didn't read the comics.
Yeah.
I was Zack Snyder. Zack Snyder. Does the main guy have to be fat and impotent? That's a direct quote, right? Like, oh, he hated Owlman. He's like, can we make Owlman more attractive? Can Owlman get in shape? And they're like, no, we need to be comic book.
Get some Viagra?
Yeah, we need to be fucking a comic book faithful. And then you get that whole scene.
Anyone care about?
Now, let me ask you this. Because Matt's calling shenanigans. I want to call shenanigans to his shenanigans. That's right. I'm playing the reverse Uno card. Because, guys, I don't know if you've heard, but Henry Cavill is returning to the MCU. As Captain Britain or Hyperion. Captain Britain.
Confirmed, but
so,
it's way too soon to do Captain Britain, though, because they have to do X-Men. They have to do X-Men first.
No.
And
this is a
Captain Britain and Excalibur.
Ship. Marvel is a sinking ship. The MCU is dying. They need to pull every white man card that they've got in their fucking wallet, and that includes getting Henry Cavill on board and a main character ASAP. Fuck your Ironheart that no one's gonna fucking watch.
I don't think
Eternals 2.
Captain Britain works outside of Excalibur, and they can't do Excalibur until they.
I'll tell you this: Henry Cavill tells you to shut your damn mouth. That's The Rock quote, right? If Henry Cavill shows up in the MCU, people will come to watch that. They don't fucking give a shit about Excalibur or the Dark Blade. I'm sorry, but that's just how capitalism works. Okay, you put Henry Cavill in a movie as Captain Britain, I don't care if he breaks all the fucking canon, it's making $1 billion. You don't need to fucking wait for Blade, which is never showing up. Has Cavill
ever been in a movie that made $1 billion? I don't think so, because PBS didn't. Justice League sure as hell didn't.
No.
Maybe, I don't know. We'll see. Well, we got to see if Deadpool and Wolverine.
Yeah, but compare DC numbers and Marvel numbers are very different. I mean, fucking Miss Marvel, right? Or Captain Marvel. Captain Marvel made $1 billion.
It's like Joker, a movie that had like what, a third, probably like less than a third of the budget of Justice League, made $1 billion. Like it shows you that Snyder had no idea what he was doing. But yeah, so it's about Penguin again. I mean, what do you think is going to happen next week?
Hopefully the Penguin shows back up. I'd love to see how he gets.
I think it's going to move to between Oz and Sofia.
But see, here's the thing: they're in a business deal with the Triad, so this shit gets really messy very quickly.
Or jump to where
there's
Oz and Vic went.
So there's also a power vacuum now because Viti has to take over now. So him trying to assert himself with Sophie you know, it's going to create this vacuum, and Penguin is going to exploit that with the other family, with what's her name from The Expanse.
Yeah.
So
Mrs. Maroney.
I think this is the Penguin finally asserting himself and showing his crew is, you know, he's going to step into that power vacuum. And
do you think he's going to smooth things over with the Maronis?
What was that? Sorry.
Do you think he's going to smooth things over with the Maronis? Because I think we haven't seen Sal.
No, I see a lot of gunfights happening the next episode. I think it's going to be like John Wick. It's going to be
Penguin just doing like going over tables, jumping over tables.
Yep. Exactly, 100%. And the Penguin's going to be hiding the whole time too. You know, and everybody else is going to be fighting.
You know, it doesn't stutter. My gat.
AK-47. When all else fails, except no substitute. Was that the line? I think I'm trying from Jackie Brown. Okay, never mind. Next topic. Well, did anything else important
that's pretty much that's pretty much the episode. It was really just kind of a slow burn.
Do you think she's going to kill her psychiatrist? Do you think her psychiatrist is really on her side?
No, he's going to be...
that scene was super weird because you're like,
it was, yeah.
You're gonna like make out with her, like what's going on here?
That was kind of weird.
Right? It was like
a big nothing scene. It was like a lot of build up, and it was like, okay, this is going nowhere.
What if we get a male Harley Quinn and it's this new character? What if he's a male Harley Quinn, gender swap?
Marley Quinn.
Harley Davidson Quinn.
There you are. Harley. I'm Harley. Harley Davidson. Nice to meet you.
Quinn.
Medicine
woman. So what other things happened in this episode? Luca's dead. I guess he killed her cousin.
Man, they're all dead.
I guess
Dee Dee's the only one alive and the little cousin. Yeah.
Which I thought was dumb. Don't leave the kids alive. That's how revenge plots get made. I don't want to fucking come back
do you really
10 years later and be like, oh, look, HBO Max has a new show.
Did you see Kill Bill?
You have to kill, yeah. Look, as a father, I gotta say it.
Batman?
You gotta kill the babies with them. Otherwise, that's how you grow. I mean, if I've read anything in the Greek classics, that's how you get got in the future. They grow up and they get their revenge.
Yeah. So,
but yeah, I mean, that's pretty much the whole episode.
Yeah. Did we miss anything? Summer Gleason.
I don't know why
missed the
everybody...
name of... Go ahead.
Summer Gleason from the animated series, I think, was the reporter. So that was a nice little touch.
Who's dead? So.
Yes. So
who's the reporter? What animated series?
The animated series. Batman. The animated
Summer
series.
Gleason.
She's like a reporter.
Okay. Oh, the red hair. Okay, yeah.
Yeah.
Well, props to you for knowing that C character's name.
And let's not forget, we didn't talk about Mark Strong as Carmine Falcone. What we all think? This is like his third DC villain role.
He is, yeah. He did.
He's just like he's really ingratiated with DC. He was Sinestro and Dr. Savannah.
Dr. Savannah, that's it. Yeah, right. With Shazam.
He was also the bad guy in Kick-Ass.
He looked good. He looked good. I appreciated that he was wearing his blue light blockers on. Those dumb sunglasses.
I was really disappointed that Alberto doesn't have his purple glasses, even though his dad has like red tinted glasses. They can't get him purple glasses.
Nah, purple's the Penguin's color. So focus on the Maserati.
But Alberto's known for like the purple glasses. It was like they couldn't like have him wear them for like a scene or something. Like at least when he's getting out of the car, just as a nod to the comics.
Don't you worry. I'm sure it's coming in the last episode.
Well, it is cool that like he was killed in like the first 5 minutes of the first episode, but he's come back in like 2 episodes, right?
I have to say,
I've heard this theory online. I've heard this theory that Alberto was the one who was keeping her in prison. Although that's kind of dumb because her father was still alive.
No, he was the one that was getting her out of prison because that's how she got out.
So that's what they would want you to think. But maybe Alberto.
I buy into this because before she's put in prison, her father is saying, I'm going to pass it on to you. And he knows that it's going to be passed on to her. So he's telling her that he's trying to get her out. But in reality, he's the one feeding all this information to the judge and to
Maybe.
everybody.
It would have been so much
writing.
better if like Alberto was the one that sold her out.
I thought about this, man. I thought exactly what you're talking about, but I came away. I dug a little bit deeper, and I thought a little bit more about this, and I think that he was just trying to soften her up. If I say, "Hey, I'm gonna give you the keys to the castle," you're probably less likely to look into me and my wrongdoings. I'm not sure he was ever fully intending.
I don't think so.
You don't think so? You think he was being genuine?
Because remember he said that I'm going to. Well, I don't know. I'm trying to remember correctly, but I think he said he was going to make her head of the family right before she mentioned that. Hey, I think my mom just died under.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. He's trying to soften her. Hey, you're a smart kid.
But he said
I don't want you looking into me. Yeah, he's a smart guy too, so he's being preemptive, right? He's not. Yeah, I see what you're saying. So she accuses him, and he's like, "No, baby, I'd never do that. I'm trying to give you the keys to the castle." Okay, I see that writing, but I disagree with you.
He literally said, "I'm going to make you head of the family," and then she said, "I think mom was killed." So he literally was going to make her head of the family before.
Yeah, I hear what you're saying. I watched the TV show. I came away with a different opinion than you, if that's acceptable. I think that he was trying to. Well, yeah, it doesn't sound like it. Doesn't sound like it, but I think he was trying to soften her up. I don't think he was ever going to give her the head of the family.
Okay,
that's my theory. Comment down below. What do you think? Anything else for the episode?
I think that's pretty much
crazy
it.
part was this was like the longest episode so far too.
Yeah, but because it's a woman episode, they're just all dialogue. Nothing happens.
I did like
so slow. We saw the poisoning. No, I'm being facetious, of course, but you have to admit it's fucking boring. The penguin was doing shit. She's just plotting and planning, and then she's conniving and she's scheming and she's giving a little girl chocolate cake in the greenhouse. And
they were doing a lot of just showing how crazy Arkham is.
I like it. It's a lot of show not tell, which was great.
Off the wallpaper,
but it was boring. It was boring.
Following her experience.
Yeah. Fucking 9.4 out of 10.
Ripping, and it becomes her room, and she sees her mom hanging. So that was a good representation of how she was mentally going nuts.
Yeah, the wallpaper.
And then she smashes Magpie's face, and she's like, "I told you I was innocent." Covered in blood.
Yeah, that's what she kind of lost. The reason why I like this episode
is it's not just about doing her backstory; it's building the world. It's world building.
It was
which because we don't know much about the Robert Pattinson Batman world, and this is a great way to show hey, this is what Arkham's like. This is what the crime bosses are like.
Yeah.
And so it's doing two different things. It's a great exposition dump. It is not it's not Zemo and Winter Guy and One-Armed Man talking on a plane going, yeah, when I was a kid you see this. Yeah, and I did this as a kid. Haha. Fuck that show.
Yeah.
Fuck it.
Yeah. Well, hey, now Brave New World will redeem it, right? Actually, I'm hearing rumors that the screenings for Brave New World are not going great.
They have been for the last 7 screenings and the last 7 remakes they've been doing.
So I don't know.
That's not gonna be good.
They might. I think even Giancarlo Esposito, which is apparently Disney's secret weapon, it's pretty much like every show Secret Weapon now is not even he couldn't say Brave New World.
He's such a good actor.
He's basically like the show or TV whisperer, like Better Call Saul, Mandalorian, The Boys, like all
he's an
beloved
excellent
shows.
Villain.
And
everyone knows in comic books, it's the villain that makes the superhero movie. It's
but
not
I think
the superhero,
they just like Brave New
villain.
World was just like now he's like just typecast as a villain. So like by the time Brave New World cast him,
yeah.
We've seen this.
I want him to be a good guy. That'd be weird.
He can be Professor. I don't know, but it's just kind of let him do something else.
Are you trying to blow up the internet, Forrest?
Professor Sex, maybe. can be the XFX version.
I'd watch that ripoff. And if you want to watch more of us, you can find us on YouTube or Instagram at Zeitgeist Zealots. We're also on X and TikTok at
And maybe
Zealots
Spotify
Podcast.
someday, if we can figure out the login information.
Yeah, we'll get this password sorted out.
Yeah, it's like I try to log in and it's like a different account. And then like the account I use for Zeitgeist Zealots keeps saying the password's wrong.
Damn you, Russia!
It's a big
forgot password.
I mean, it's I don't know. It's just like
Spotify.
It's not letting me add new
is actually a Finnish company.
Spotify?
Yeah.
So is Musician. He's
Well,
moving out Finnish stuff.
Yeah. Well, I guess we're
This
finished with this podcast.
Musician, give us money.
What did you say? What did you say to ruin my perfect pun? I said, I guess this podcast is finished. Perfect pun. What did you say?
You guys say Finn.
Yeah, I did. I was being interrupted. What did you say? What did you say to interrupt that amazing pun? What were you saying about a musician?
God bless everyone. No, musician.
Are you sponsored by Musician?
Yes, Musician. Give us money.
So you ruined a perfect pun and a perfect outro to talk about.
A perfect pun.
We'll get them next time.
Next time we will. And we'll see you next time to finish out.
From Metal Gear Solid 5 or Call of Duty?
I think that was neither.
Yeah.
What was that from?
I guess my video game knowledge is a little pedestrian. A perfect penguin
It's not like Batman the Animated Series. All right, guys. Have a great night.